It's another episode of Sad Boys Mets Club. Hey everybody, how you doing? This is me, Giovanni Blanco.
I'm Franklin Blanco.
And here we are on the other side of this past week. It is now May 20th, 2026. A good, would you say, 7 weeks in to the season?
7.5.
Seven.
Because it's technically 8, but the first week was only a half week.
And things have been topsy-turvy. Before we get into anything crazy, let's just say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, like,
share, all the things.
all the things. Check out our merch, and spread the word. Spread the word. Let us know what you think, how we're doing, and we'll give you a shout out. As long as it's not a violent review, and if it is, we'll do it too. But let's talk about the Mets. This has been quite the week. We've been, you can say, hanging on a thin thread the last 3 weeks. It feels like where more, pretty much since the beginning of the season, but more so in these last 3 weeks. I want to say because it felt like, okay, this is it.
Yeah, which is it's always funny to think that because it was so early on. It is so early on, but also like we were like 15 games below 500. Like it was bad. Still
last
bad.
Place, one of the worst records in baseball.
I think right now we're cleanly not in last place. I think there's like 5 teams at least worse than us.
Yeah.
We might not even be last in our division soon because the Marlins are only like 2 games ahead.
Yeah.
We're there.
So look, it's silver lining. No, I mean, I think more than anything, I feel also that since last week, primarily since that sweep, it felt like, okay, wait a minute,
Young guys.
Benge finally catching on fire.
The Mets are 6-1 in games with AJ Ewing, 6-0 in games where AJ Ewing safely reaches base.
So since the sweep, and I think he came on the last day of the sweep, right?
I think maybe.
Yeah, and Ewing has just been kind of like, in a weird way, kind of like what everyone thought Carson Benge was going to be initially. And oddly enough, Carson Benge just kind of caught up to the sort of expectations.
I mean, Carson Benge is kind of like a little bit ahead of the expectations. Like,
absolutely. I mean, as far as May's concerned,
this year, this month, he's like an all-star.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
And he's been good defensively since the beginning. So it's like I'm really happy about that.
No, I mean it's kind of crazy because it's almost like I feel like that with the air, the vibes, it was kind of hard to not want him to kind of take off right away, and unfair to give this rookie, put all this pressure on him, especially when all these so-called, big deal players that we made crazy deals for or paid lots of money for, or veterans or whatever, like everyone was just kind of falling apart.
And it is also, it's a scary place to be because we are becoming a rookie team. And it's a really scary, because it's like, it can go well, like it has been for the last week, or it could go bad, like Carson Benge's first month. Like, it's a scary line to be walking, because obviously they could have what we need, and they could also get into a little bit of a slump, because they've never played Major League Baseball. So it's like
an entire season.
It's worrying. But it's also really exciting.
It's also, also it's like I feel that this past week, yesterday, we added Nick Morabito.
Nick Morabito.
Morabito.
He's Italian. He was on the Italy team.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Nick Morabito. Then today we're adding
Zach Thornton.
Zach Thornton.
To be fair, we added Zach Thornton before Nick Morabito, but Zach Thornton's a pitcher, so today is his debut pitching. I really don't know much about Zach Thornton.
I don't know anything about him. I mean, there seemed to be a lot about Nick Morabito, but...
I think they're... honestly, though, I think they're all, like... We've started adding the lower down guys. Like, I think AJ Ewing really made a big splash.
But lower down guys that have been kicking ass.
Yeah, they've been, like, consistently very... Like, there's a reason we're bringing them up, but in terms of, like, how we know them... Zach Thornton was definitely like one of the lower down pitchers because there was a guy like Christian Scott who we already brought up. Not really a rookie anymore, but he was. I mean, he might be actually. I don't know when he got injured. I know he came up to play, but I don't know if he reached the.
Didn't he come last year?
No, he was like 2023, 2024, and I think he played for like a little bit, and he had to get a surgery.
Okay.
So that's why and I think he might still count as a rookie because of that.
He didn't play enough
I
games.
could be wrong, but I feel like he's been on like the prospect. Like when I see like the list of Mets prospects, I feel like he's been there. So I think there's a chance that he just didn't get enough playing time.
And how's he doing in general? I mean, I feel like
Christian Scott is so good.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's the wild thing stereotype, like to a T. Because every time he goes out there, he gets like 8 strikeouts, but then he also has like 3.
He hits people and like there's walks everywhere. And
he's got a bit of a control thing.
Yeah.
But he is much better than I thought he was, not knowing much about him, which is really exciting. I'm kind of loving that. I think he was like also like a higher up prospect pick. And that's what's kind of like expected.
It's crazy that in this week, we have, with Benge already in the lineup, bringing up Ewing last week, now Nick, Zach, you mentioned Christian. There's a lot of, I feel like some of our players are still kind of on the younger side, some of the other guys.
We have a lot of young guys. Because there's like the trio of young guys, Alvarez, Beatty, and Vientos are all like still
in the mid 20s, late 20s,
25. Like that's
and that's insane. There's McLean.
Yeah, McLean is still like 22. Like he's a rookie.
I just it's kind of like the more we talk about it, the more exciting it feels because it definitely feels like, wait a minute. These are brand new guys that are like having the opportunity to create their own, their own patterns in the clubhouse and their own kind of. They're not, it's not just like, hey, it's the kid on the team. It's like there's like 17 kids on the team. That's like I feel like
one of my favorite things was I saw somebody did like. It was a picture of Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he was holding the hands of the little baby turtles, and Master Splinter was Soto, and then all the little baby turtles were our rookies, and I really loved that. Did you see in the one game where Carson Benge walked it off, one of the games where Carson Benge walked it off, and then they like hugged, and like him and Soto hugged, and that became like a little clip, but it's like, I love to see that too because people will always be like, yeah, Soto is probably hating being on the Mets right now. And I love to see a thing like that where he's like,
I mean, it kind of like he has the opportunity to brush off any sort of stupid rumors or aspersions from other people as far as what they think he is to the team. And he's been showing slowly that he's a big support system, and also that he's involved because he's actually he's hitting well. He's like doing, he's not cleaning house as much as you wish he would because he's like supposed to be our home run
Still though, it's like there are those other clips in like in the WBC on Team Japan. There's that clip of I think it might actually be Murakami, but like in the dugout after Murakami strikes out or something, then Otani comes up to him and they talk through a bit of the swing, and then
I remember that clip. Yeah.
That's the vibe that I'm feeling from Soto. Like
I
love having him.
Yeah. He's definitely like a support system, a big brother.
And he was like, I always forget this. He was one of the only like rookie guys to be out at like 19 in the major leagues.
Soto.
Like, yeah, there's been very few teenagers, especially like modern era, and he was one of those guys. So I think he definitely sees, like he can relate to what they're going through. Like he was a rookie.
He was a rookie.
Yes. But speaking of rookies, there's something that I'm really excited about that I just heard. Jonah Tong was scratched from his AAA start because there's a chance he's getting brought up for our series against the Marlins, which I know he had just like a so-so start last year, but I'm always a fan of Jonah Tong, and he's been doing really good in AAA, and I want to see him play. I'm
kind of thinking that maybe too that his energy will just be matching that new energy again, like that with all these new players, all the young kids, all the kids coming in. Basically, there's got to be some sort of synergy on that level that's happening too. That we're not just where we might be discounting. That it's just like they're peers.
I mean, yeah, every single.
I
follow
there was like
Jonah
you've seen those Ewing Benge memes, like because they played together. They played on the was it the Cyclones, the Brooklyn,
and I believe it was Benge and McLean were on the same team, except they were both two-way players, and there's clips out there of Carson Benge striking out Noel McLean, which is just so fun to see. But I was going to say something.
We were talking about Soto and the rookie.
I think it might have been about Tong.
Oh yeah, Tong's coming up.
I lost it.
So Tong might be coming up versus Marlins this week.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm just excited though. He's a really like happy-go-lucky kind of guy. I remembered, I follow him on Instagram, and every time each of these guys has been brought up, he like posted on his story, and he's like, "Let's go!" Like these are his guys.
These are his guys, and in turn, these are our guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is good. This is, ooh, wow, that like genuinely scared me. Sounded like a machete slice. Hey, there's. What would be remiss to just like say that we're kind of like super excited about this new energy in this past week, because it's just like that. That's the beauty about baseball, is that, in a few days things can turn around. And it's funny because for me it was the sweep, because it's just like the sweep in a time where it felt like we would never win 2 games in a row ever again this year. There were just talks. It was like, oh, we're on path to 100 losses this year. All this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the sweep happened. Those games were kind of almost uneventful, compared to what came after.
Yeah, I will say, I think for you it was the sweep. For me, the sweep happened, and I was like, yes, it is the Tigers, but yes. And then afterwards, I only really started to get excited.
It was that last Yankees game for me.
For me, it was the Yankees series.
Yeah.
Specifically, one guy really made. I don't remember which game this was. It might not have been the Yankees.
Who are you talking about?
the big Tyrone Taylor. I think that might have been after.
I think it was after. I think
that
it
might
was
have been
recent.
after. But like, I was starting to get there with the Yankees stuff because we were playing close games, and I think that's the best kind of baseball. But when I fully felt like we were back, was Tyrone Taylor. By the way,
I know you're a fan.
I love Tyrone Taylor. I wasn't watching that game because I had like started watching it. Something bad happened, so I did the thing. I turned it off, and then I turned back on, and we were like back in it in extra innings, and I didn't see that 3-run home run to tie the game was bottom of the 9th, 2 out.
Yeah.
That. It was that close.
No. It definitely was. But here's the thing. It's like, to me, before that, and I can't recall what game that happened in, but like you said, the sweep was cool. The sweep was just like, okay, I can't believe we actually swept. Maybe that's just like a fluke, and we'll move on to our losing streak. Knowing we were jumping into the Yankees, we lose that first one.
Did we? I thought it was a win, a loss, a win.
I thought it was a loss, win, but I could be wrong.
Wait. No, it was probably a loss because that was the first game was where Clay Holmes fractured his
That's right. Because
fibula.
it seemed like there was a good chance until that happened, and then it was just like, oh, we just had bad luck. And let's talk about that for a second. How crazy was that?
I think it was the last Yankees game.
Yeah, the last.
I think Tyrone Taylor did that
because that's when we went into the extra innings, and
yeah, because prom night we just had a win. I didn't see that one, and then after that, Tyrone Taylor.
Frankie had a prom Saturday night.
I couldn't watch the game, and we won.
You had your own game going on. Was it a tie? Who won? My bad. But that first one, we lost that first Yankees game, man, and we went in. It's so funny because we have Sad Boys Mets Club, right? And we're trying to keep up with the sort of the content and putting things out and stuff, whatever. And I had created these kind of flyers, like images of, it was just like, it was like 4 cards that I was going to put on to like an Instagram, what do they call it when they do it across?
Just like a post?
No, the carousel. When you do like several pictures in a row. So it's like, the first one was going to be like Subway Series tonight, and it was like Mr. Met, and I can't remember what the Yankees mascot was called, but there was a Yankees mascot in the 80s.
They never had one.
No, they had one for a year or two in the 80s that was just like the worst mascot ever. And actually, in a weird way, Grimace reminded me of that mascot. It was like Stoopy or something.
Dandy.
Dandy? What a horrible name.
I've seen this guy.
It's like, just like a big purple lump.
Yeah, not a fan.
So I had this sort of image of like a cartoon or the Mr. Met with Dandy, and it's like Subway Series tonight, and then it was just like the next one. Was Mr. Met pummeling Dandy, and then standing victorious over Dandy, like with his foot on his body. The next one, and then the last one was, who are you rooting for? And I was just like, go Mets. And of course, I just in the process of creating these images and trying to put it like it animated somehow, the game started, and then the Clay Holmes thing, and I never put those out. I just never put it out. It was just like, we're not good. This is gonna suck.
That was.
But I don't, you know what I mean? But
that was kind of exactly what I was worried about after the sweep. Is like we win the sweep and now we're playing the Yankees. How could it get any worse?
We get swept.
Because in my mind we lose that game, and then we lost Clay Holmes, and that's like I'm at the bottom of I'm at rock bottom, and then
I like Clay Holmes.
We kind of turned it back up. Clay Holmes was the ERA leader for the National League in terms of people with qualified innings, and that's was crazy. And then, because like the most runs he'd allowed was that game where he allowed 3 runs before he got taken out.
I mean, but that was after the hit.
It was a bad. It was,
it's like
he broke his leg and then he kept on pitching. It
just
couldn't
like
have gone well.
shouldn't he have been taken out? Like, it's kind of crazy. No, it's weird because it happened and he's like, whatever, blah blah, and then all the craziness happened, and then he gets taken out, and then it's like, oh, his leg is broken, and you're like, you've stubbed your toe and you've been like crying for an hour. Not you know what I mean, specifically.
No, me.
But
to be fair, I've had some pretty bad toe stubs, but
it could be anything. Sometimes it's like it's
I think it just had to have been so much adrenaline. Like, he was like,
oh my god.
Because there's no other world where it was, because like he broke his leg.
He shouldn't have been standing.
And pitching is like half of legs.
No, yeah.
It's like...
So that's crazy. It reminded me of, this is the image of, I think it's Curt Schilling from the Boston Red Sox from back in the day. Him pitching and him having like a messed up foot that you could see the blood.
Oh, the blood sock. I do.
His bloody sock, and he just kept pitching. It was just like, damn. And that's, except for now we lost Clay Holmes for a little bit.
But
possibly this season.
That's why Thornton is here. It does also suck because our pitching has started to slowly, like that was Clay Holmes's low point, and then yesterday we had Nolan McLean's low point, which really sucked. Because now he just has like a normal, like he had insanely good numbers, and now this bad start. Now he's got, again, he is like Paul Skeens, kind of like to a T, because Paul Skeens, like a week ago, had his, not even a week ago, a couple days ago, had his first terrible start since the first day of the year, and it like brought his ERA back to normal numbers, and like I feel like there's comparisons to be made. I do still think.
Yeah, I just think I like Nolan McLean, and I'm hoping that I'm hoping that the addition of the other folks in his peer group will kind of somehow create an alignment of all that like talent, so because he's. If you look at his like win-loss record, it's like, oh my god, well, what the hell? But
that's why wins and losses don't matter.
I know, but they used to. I mean, because the whole point, it's like you were saying the other day. It's like you were saying earlier about Bo Bichette. It's like, what's the point in getting a home run and driving a few in if the team doesn't win?
Did you see that Angels Athletics game?
No.
The most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen.
What happened?
The Athletics pitcher, not the greatest pitcher, was pitching a no-hitter into the ninth, and the Athletics were only able to score 1 run, and Zach Neto hit a walk-off 2-run homer. He had a no-hitter into the ninth. And, like, it's not the greatest. It was like right there. It was like he was at like it was like an 100-pitch night, and then he gave up that. It's like it just has to suck.
But still, you look at that. At the end of the day, those are all innings. It's all ERA. That's all innings that will add up. That look good for him in his ERA. It just doesn't add up to a win. Doesn't add up to a win to the team, and you wonder. You have to take into consideration what kind of support, what kind of confidence do you get from winning games. You know what I mean? If you're winning games, does part of you take that in, like adrenaline and like fuel? Or does part of you kind of settle and like, oh, we're good. And somehow you kind of drift off into like mediocrity. You know what I mean? It's like, it's hard. It's like, I just wonder, because it's like we've been getting that spark that we've been asking for. And that's the thing about, by the way, that's the thing about the Yankees series, is that the Yankees series was the first time, and it might have not been the first time that's happened, but it's the first time that I've noticed people, the Simeons of the world, kind of putting in their bit. I mean, it's like I feel like he's woken up.
I'm anti-Semyon. He has woken up a bit, but I'm still anti-Semyon.
It's funny to me because I just like I don't want to ever say never. So to me, it's like I think of what I felt about Vientos at the beginning of the season, and as of right now, I want him to stay on first and play every day.
I've always been okay, though. I will say, I like when Beatty is playing for. I don't know if you were watching the game.
Which one?
That we had 10 runs in like the 11th inning.
You mean the day before yesterday?
Day before yesterday. That only happened because Beatty was on first, and he made a really good play, and he threw out the runner at second instead of getting out the runner at first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have lost that game before extra innings. And it's like, I do kind of like having both those guys.
Yeah, I mean, if whatever Vientos can play, I'm just saying.
I do love Vientos at first base.
I love Vientos at first. I mean, it's just like it's better.
More than Polanco.
10 times better than Polanco or anybody else that we put in there outside of Beatty.
I feel bad for Jared Young. He got injured and we kind of all forgot about him.
He was all right.
He was all right.
That's the thing. It's like right now we don't need all right. We need people who are like, I mean, Vientos is on fire. Like Vientos is like literally
we need somebody who can
multi-hits every day.
2 home runs back-to-back games.
No, I mean, and he's doing it, and it just feels like it's almost like he's like cosplaying an all-star. It's like really weird. Do you get that feeling from him? Like
he's just a really up and down player.
Yeah. But it feels like he's been a lot more up.
Definitely.
And also, I'm not gonna discredit him because a month ago, he was like the only person hitting. You know what I mean?
And you know why he was hitting?
What?
Because it was a West Coast series.
That's right. You're a West Coast theory, but they've been on the East Coast.
Yeah, they've been bringing it back.
And Vientos has been hitting. So damn to be our predictions or theories because he's proven us wrong, and that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, it's like, almost too. It's kind of crazy is how the media has been completely like, and just in a week, it's like there's nothing on Mendoza's firing. You know how close that was.
I am still a little peeved he didn't get fired because I do want to see Carlos Beltran up there. I want to see what he can do. But at this point, I'm happy that he's still here because we're winning.
We're winning, and obviously the choices that have been being made in the last 10 days are significant. That we've been winning with not our best players. You know what I mean? Like he's moving people around, doing things that you're going like, why would you put this person at bat first? Are you crazy? Or like putting Soto first or whatever, and it's like
that was still like the most ridiculous.
This is like
thing
the most
I've
desperate
ever
thing I've seen. Yeah, me too.
It
just, whatever. I'm not an expert. It just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel
right.
Right.
You don't even have to be an expert. Like there's
just
like
felt
the
like
simple
like
logic
like
of
somebody said, here, put these 2 shoes on, and there were 2 like left shoes, and you're like, no, but this is not. Why are you doing this? And I believe we didn't win that game.
Oh, for sure not. I think Benge is our best leadoff guy. I'm always a fan of like, I like a nimble guy in leadoff. I think I'm biased because I'm like, my base setting is Lindor leadoff.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it like makes sense. Like, yeah, I want Benge there. That fits. And it's been working so far.
I still believe that in a team where the people who were brought in to do certain work would have been doing their work or their jobs or not be injured, that Benge's best lineup position would have been ninth. But that's me because I remember this and this is like something that happened, I want to say, in the 90s, and I can't remember which manager did this. It could have been the manager for the Phillies at the time. But they put one of their better players ninth. And, the theory behind that was because you're like kicking off the run game or the hit game before. Once you start, you know what I mean? It's like, as opposed to like going downhill and then starting all over again from the top of the lineup. It's like you go and then you reach to a certain point. It's like, wait, no, we got this guy. And then we start the lineup, because if this guy kicks anything off, any of these guys could like get it. You know what I mean? It's like,
that makes sense. I'm very.
It made sense for that team. Like that I remember that was a controversial like managerial sort of thing, and I've always thought about that. And when we first were talking about starting lineups, I kind of liked the idea of having Benge ninth, just because he was new, and because we had a lot of expectations that I felt like we both were spiritually really sure that he was going to achieve. And he's definitely there, and like you said, past it. But
I've always been I've always been vibes based with my preferences of lineup. I've always felt like I like Alvarez way back there. I know it's less of a good, but part of the reason I like Alvarez way back there is there's less of a threat of him grounding into a double play, which is kind of what we always need from him. I think he should always be back there. I hate seeing a lineup where it's like Soto third, Alvarez fourth. That's the biggest red flag for me, when it's like we're so limited on stuff that we decide to put, because it's like, yes, sometimes he has the power to bring Soto in when Soto gets walked, but like most of the time he grounds into a double play.
I always looked at it this way. Like, basically, I looked at it like, if this is gonna sound weird, right? That like a double header movie, like a double feature. And if you're watching two movies in a row, the first one's got to be the powerhouse show, like movie, like the one that's really so. And in this movie, you have your star or your two leads, and then your supporting cast, and then you just so that's like 1 through 5, or 1 through 4, 1 through 5. And then the second movie is like the sort of like the B movie version of that. You know what I mean? Like, who's your all-star in this sort of like alternate universe in Bizarro Land or whatever that. So like in that to me, in that sense, Alvarez is our like cleanup batter.
Exactly.
In
I think he's
on side B of the cassette.
He's my B-side backup cleanup guy.
And it's like, that's how you have to see it. Look, so after Soto has to be, the first batter has to be whoever.
I like Vientos there. I
think the thing is that Vientos is just kind of turned into like, 2-3 batter. Like, he's like right before Soto.
But like this is my issue with Bichette. There's no good place to put him because he hasn't been delivering.
I have the best place for Bichette. Basically, maybe like the Yankees or the Royals or something like that.
Oh, he would be such a good Royal.
He would be a great Royal.
Actually, back to the Blue Jays. Everybody wants him there. They were so sad when he left. I'm just like, because I do think he should be up there, but like I think Benge first, Soto third, and then we need a guy who can like hit for power. And I think it's like very clear that like our Beatty is gonna be fifth. Like that's always gonna be like.
I like that. I like Beatty because I think Beatty's a good hitter. So the idea of Beatty after Soto or after like who's after Vientos?
Yeah, like because Beatty after Soto scares me because I feel like he's not consistent enough. And I know that I'm saying put the most consistent guy ever, Vientos, after Soto, but I like it. Like I liked more when we had Melendez playing every day, and then Melendez was our number 2. I like Melendez as a number 2 hitter. I know that was like a little iffy, but I really enjoyed when he was playing number 2.
I did not enjoy that at all.
I'm kind of curious where AJ Ewing should fit in because he's been really consistent, but he hasn't like done anything crazy. I think part of that might be
I think
because he's been
AJ
back
Ewing
half.
is the Benge of the second half. I mean, I think that he's the like in my theory of the
Where do
two
we put him,
movies.
though?
He's our leadoff hitter in the second movie.
So he's
so
like
he's either like
sixth batter.
no, I mean
He would be fifth or
he's either
sixth.
fifth. I'd put him fifth. So if you put Vientos fourth, I'd put him fifth, and then Alvarez.
Then Alvarez. So then the last bit is
Last bit is like, chump change.
Okay.
Last two, no, I mean, because the last two is just really like whoever in the lineup is you feel like you can't really position anywhere.
You know what team we should look at for inspiration? If we're running out of ideas of where to put guys, there's one team that I can say is more of a like mishmash of like random guys. My second favorite team, move over Angels. The Rays is, by the way,
Tampa Bay
Rays leading baseball in wins right now.
Well, yeah.
And they have like such a weird team. They have my favorite second baseman ever,
Who is
Richie Palacios. Great name, and he wears the most obnoxious glasses. I love any baseball player that has to wear glasses, but his glasses are like they have no border there, and then they have like a bright neon green band. And his name is Richie Palacios, and he's been playing second base for them infrequently. First of all, yeah, because it's him. I love Chandler Simpson. I love Junior Caminero. This is a 13. I'm saying it's for him, not Machado. But it's like they really have, like, they have the team that Carlos Mendoza wishes he was managing, because they really do have the team where, like, you could put anybody anywhere.
everyone's a scrap,
Like
but everyone's scrappy.
The only for sure, like, locked-in guy is Junior Caminero, third base or DH. He's always going to be in every game. And they have Yandy Diaz. I forgot about, like they have the team last year that Carlos Mendoza wanted the Mets to be, but he just couldn't make it work, and like they're doing that kind of playing style of like moving guys around everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's I just wanted to bring up the Rays. Truth be told,
Interesting.
I wanted to like cement a time in history where the Rays are leading baseball. We're third through the season and the Rays are leading.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna make the postseason if all goes well. I'm excited.
It's gonna be interesting.
They've swept like 9 teams. It's like they're so good. They're so.
I'm confused.
They just finished an Orioles sweep, and I've watched some of their games. Just like I've caught bits and pieces. They're just such a fun team.
I have to say, not to give props to or a free commercial ad for the MLB app, but I'm such a fan of the recaps. Like, they're so cool to just get either the condensed game or the recap. I've never been much of a baseball watcher outside of my teams. And I have several. So it's like, but I love the Mets. I actually like the Dodgers as well. I'm sorry. And I like the Angels as well.
Somebody had the nerve. We were talking about going to see the Rays play the Angels, and the way that they're working, they're playing the Angels, and then the series right after they're playing the Dodgers. They had the nerve to be like, we could go to all 3 Rays games, or we could save up and go to one Dodgers, or all 3 Angels games, or save up and go to one Dodgers games. It's like, who do you think I am? That's the most insulting thing I've ever heard. You think I would rather watch the Dodgers play I was so mad. Like, not even joking. That's a crazy thing.
That person is now an acquaintance.
Yeah. They're not coming with me.
They were a friend,
to the Rays
and now
game.
they're just... That's the acquaintance.
Also, some people will hate another Rays thing. Some people will hate. I love their field. It looks
What's to
so
do with
weird.
their field?
It's such a weird, messed up looking field.
Why is that? I'm curious.
Well, because it's like a big fish tank, Like, you might have to just see a picture, because, like, their whole thing is they're the Rays. They changed from the Devil Rays, as in, like, the creature, into the Rays, like, rays of light. So their roof, which
when
they kind of...
When did this happen?
It's a big shame. They were only the Devil Rays for, like, a couple years back in, like, the 2000s when they started, and they were such a cursed, terrible team that they had to change it.
They had to
like, drop
the devil.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's, like, it's a shame because the Devil Rays stuff looks so much cooler. But they're just, like, the Rays now, and that's kind of why I was always, like, on the fence about them, because, like, it's like, I don't know. They have a big massive dome with rays of light
oh my god
coming from the center. It's like I love it so much. It's hard to zoom on my phone, but I like.
It's weird. It's
it's like a fish tank.
It's like a fish tank, but it's also very what do you call it? When it's like old fashioned and it's got sort of wrought iron things to it. What
You know what else I found out just very recently too?
Yeah.
They have a tank of rays. And
that's never. No one's hit a ball that's broken that glass.
I feel like somebody must have hit. I mean, because I always remember there was that one. It had to have been like the Marlins where they had the aquarium behind home plate and like the foul ball. But like, yeah, what did you think would happen? So stupid. It's
so distracting too for the pitcher, I imagine.
It's crazy.
So weird ballparks we must visit. Tampa Bay.
I'm a big fan.
I guess maybe we can do that trip next year. Spring season, spring training.
Let's go see the Rays.
Oh no, but
let's
then it would be spring training. We wouldn't be able to see. We would have to time it.
Yeah, let's catch a little bit of spring training. Go see the Rays season. Let's see if they're. I want to see if they're playing a home game first. That's the difference maker.
While he looks at that, I want to remind people that we do have an Instagram and a TikTok as well. Sad Boys Mets Club. And we have also some merch too. So feel free to check out sadboysmetsclub.com and sign up, spread the word, like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all those things. It's nice. I'd like to, while he's still looking, I want to say too, I've been seeing more of Keith Hernandez lately, so it's kind of a good, I don't know if that's the synchronicity of that with the wins and the sort of new vibes. Like, it felt for a while there like we might not see, Keith Hernandez again.
They had the full booth.
Yeah.
I loved that when they brought the full booth back.
I feel like it's just like the less we see Keith Hernandez, it's there's like a certain vibe, energy level that is missing. So it's good to see him. It's good to see him in the mix. All right, what's next, man?
There's not much next. I think we're.
Did you say what you wanted to say about Bichette?
Yeah, I kind of covered it briefly. I was just like, I'm still mad at him. Some people will say Bo Bichette is back. He hit 2 home runs. We still lost the game. If Bo Bichette wants me to think that he's back, I wanted him to run into the outfield and get that grand slam ball. Like, I wanted him to get that ball. If he's not. I don't care that it wasn't his fault. He doesn't get credit for being back unless we win the game.
Yeah.
That's what I need today. I need to see him hit a home run and we win. Then I'll be like, oh my god, Bo Bichette is back. But
it's always, to me, it's kind of weird because to say Bo Bichette is back, and he's never really been anything for us. So to say that he's back what? In the Blue Jays?
Oh, there's one other thing that I wanted to talk about.
Let's talk.
Fernando Tatis still has not hit a home run, and people more and more are saying, trade him away. And people more and more are saying, trade him to the Mets. Which I love to hear, but I also hate to hear, because the most common thing is Fernando Tatis for Francisco Lindor. Not happening.
Yes, happening. Let's
No.
do it. Let's make it happen. You know what would be a great deal though? They can take Robert, Bichette, and Polanco for Tatis.
That's what we
Take
should
them
do.
all. Take
Trade
them all.
Bichette. They're both
Trey
bad
Robert.
contracts.
Trey Robert. Get him out of here. What's it? Talkman. Get him out of here.
Whoa.
All these
enjoy
bench
the
warmers. Let's get all these people out of here. You know, Tatis will be playing every day.
Oh man, I'm just like I would love to have Fernando Tatis, and I do think he needs a change of pace.
He needs to be amongst his people.
Because exactly. Because
If he's in New York,
statistically unnatural that he hasn't hit a home run yet.
No.
I know because he had that crazy 40 home run season, and then he went back down to normal numbers. He's the
But
only
he's a hitter though.
everyday player.
He's a hitter though. I mean, it's like he's he should be with the Mets.
The only issue is that I feel I doubt they'd ever trade him because right now they're sitting there and they're top of their division right now, and it's they don't really need to trade him because right now they're performing great without him being at the top of his game. So when he comes back, he'll be even better.
So no, they need insurance.
I would love if they could just be well, we're already good without him, so we might as well just trade him. Good, what if we just trade our prospects? What if we trade Mitch Voigt? I keep thinking about Mitch Voigt because every time my phone likes to do a thing where when I type in Mets, it goes to the Mets minor league news from when I opened it on draft day when we drafted Mitch Voigt first. Every single time I type Mets, so I think about
Mitch
him a
doing?
lot. I think he's good. I think he's one in the top 10 of our prospect stuff. But he did just get drafted, so he's got some time. But let's give him Mitch Voigt. I don't care.
I mean, I feel no, because I feel we're kind of on a roll with these kids.
Then give him who's our oldest guy?
Togman?
Togman isn't that old.
He's the oldest.
No, let's give him Craig Kimbrell. That's the oldest.
Is he even on the team still?
Well, yeah, I'm sure he's taking a bus to the graveyard right now, but Craig Kimbrell, he closed out that one game. The game where we got 10 runs.
That's right. It was crazy, I think Beatty's going to pitch today kind of vibe.
That was a rough one. But we won. Very well.
The old guy in the room, the Kimbrel in the room, wants to talk movies. Let's talk movies. Let's jump into it, man. I don't ever want to not talk about movies. I don't know if you've seen any this past week.
I have. I've seen a couple.
What have you seen?
Pulling it up right now. Oh, wait. It's going to take me a little longer. I forgot that I'm not signed in. What have you seen this week?
Well, this week I haven't really seen anything, any movies. I've seen some TV. I've started watching the last season of The Boys, which is great. I'm about 4 episodes in. And there is no other show on TV that kind of parallels the state of the country and the craziness of the world that we live in and the government that exists today and is real. But yeah, no, that show is so ridiculous. I mean, it's so over the top, but it's entertaining, and I love the commentary. It's just, and we just so attached to those characters as well. Really good. Outside of that, I've made lists of movies. I'm this week I was just okay.
That's what I've been doing.
Really?
More making lists than watching the movies.
I've been wanting to rewatch certain movies, just go back and what's funny? What inspired it? We have the TV on in the background. That Roku home screen just made me go, oh, that's from this movie. That's from that movie. That's from this movie.
I love the home screen.
And so there's been a few movies I'm you know what? I need to kind of go back and watch the movies that I know are really good and just kind of get inspired like I want to. It's been maybe 6-7 years since I've seen The Graduate. I'm due to see The Graduate again. 6-7, 6-7. Oh my God. Where am I? They have the toll booth and the Roku thing, which is like the reference to The Godfather.
Oh, I thought it was Doctor Who.
No, is it? I thought the phone booth was. There's like a phone booth.
I have no idea.
Yeah, the toll booth is actually, I'm guessing I thought it was The Godfather.
That was a reference to the Phantom Toll Booth.
Yeah, I thought the references were
all
all
get
movie.
That one? No, it wasn't. They are all movie.
Yeah. That's actually one of my favorite books of all time. I believe I read it to you.
I believe you did.
Yeah.
I've also
Love
been.
that book.
I've been feeling like, because recently the new movies I've been watching have just been okay.
Yeah.
Like in the past month, I've watched like a half of the movies I've watched that were new were just like 3-star movies. Just like
At best, yeah.
It was just a movie. And that happened again. I watched another 3-star movie, Bring Her Back. But that one wasn't that actually
What was that?
fault.
Let's Bring Her Back.
A horror movie set in Australia.
Oh.
It came out a while ago.
Oh wait, is that the one with they kind of go under hypnosis a little bit, like
little. It was like a weird one.
Was that the hand one?
No. See, I thought it was the one that Talk to Me.
Talk to Me. I like that one.
That's what I thought. Sorry, that's what I thought this movie was, because the poster has a hand on it, and I thought that's what it was about, because I know that Talk to Me is like something to do with like somebody who's dead, something like that. Mm-hmm. I thought that's what this movie was about. Completely wrong. I just didn't really like it because it was uncomfortable to watch, because it was it was a lot of the kind of like visceral, like, this person's like possessed, they have a knife and they're chewing on it. It's like I don't like to see that. I don't like to see this person biting through wood. That's not why I'm. It was a pretty solid movie, but I did watch probably the best new movie. Another 3-star movie I watched was Maze Runner. I could talk a lot about that because I was
Maze Runner. Oh, like based on those books, right?
Yeah, I just read the book, and it's like they changed a lot, and I had a lot of takes. Like, the casting was weird. They changed a lot of stuff where it's
that movie's like 10 years old. I feel like I watched it when it came out.
Yeah, you could have. It's 2014. 12 years old.
Yes, I did watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty okay. It was like,
oddly
they
enough, I
changed a
think
lot of
some
stuff.
of the kids who are the leads are still playing like young people.
Oh,
to this
probably.
day.
I mean, it's like there's one guy in it who like looks so young, and he's like always Thomas Brody Sangster. I remember because he was the ugly little kid in Love Actually who I hated, and then we looked at his profile and we made fun of how he looked, and then we felt bad afterwards. But I hated him, and I didn't connect those two pieces. I also hated him in this. My bad. It did have Will Poulter, which is fun because I love Will Poulter.
Will Poulter's fun.
It was like, no, it was a good movie.
Did
it was
you ever
just,
see the comedy with Will Poulter and the guy who plays? My gosh, I think it's Jennifer Aniston, Will Poulter.
We're the Millers.
We're the Millers.
I've not seen it, but I should. I'll add to the list.
You gotta
like that.
See it.
I like that I'm seeing a sombrero in the windshield already. Yeah, I'll watch that.
It's so messed up. But he's great in it. What else did you see? You said there was there was actually a good movie that you saw.
This is the good movie, because I didn't even cover. I was talking, like, I was gonna connect it to what you were saying about rewatching movies that we have seen. So there were 2 movies that I rewatched that are in my top 5 movies all time.
Okay.
Because they both center around teenagers, and in that involves like the school dance vibe, and I was
prom.
I was getting ready because both me and my girlfriend completely messed up and didn't do flowers, except I was planning to do flowers, but normally like you buy like a pre-made thing, but I just made the stuff myself. So I did sit down for like 2 hours, and I just put on a movie in the background, and I watched, first of all, Perks of Being a Wallflower, but the more I think about it, That's more of a homecoming movie, so I'm gonna rewatch it at homecoming. But it will always be top 5 for me.
It's such a good movie. It's such a good movie.
It used to be my favorite movie.
The best movie that guy's ever been into, by the way.
For sure. Well, actually,
not the lead, but the guy.
Ezra Miller. Yes,
Ezra
definitely.
Miller. It's like the best Ezra Miller movie.
It was a crazy fall off for Ezra Miller. The fact that he was in that, and then like everything.
He's so good in that, and then it's like, if you ever see like What Happened to Kevin.
It's bad. It's all, but Logan Lerman, who's the lead, I always love Logan Lerman because his name is Logan Lerman. He was like Percy Jackson. I haven't seen that, but he was in Bullet Train, really small role. But he was in a movie called Oh Hi, which I really enjoyed. It was about like this couple, and they go on like a little retreat, and they do like they're getting a little freaky, and they find like handcuffs in the closet, and they're like, oh, this would be so funny if we tried it. And Logan Lerman's like, oh yeah, sure, I can lock you up. And she's like, but actually I want to see if you would let me lock you up. And then like afterwards, before he's unlocked, they're like talking. She's like, wow, I'm just so happy that you're my boyfriend. And he's like, we're not like exclusive. You know we're not exclusive. And then she has a whole breakdown because they like fully went over the conversation wrong. And she kind of accidentally kidnaps him. That's the whole movie. It was actually a really fun movie to watch.
So it's good because I've seen the trailer. I'm so curious about that one. Yeah.
Okay, it was just it's like an hour and a half, short, funny. And then I watched the real prom movie, 10 Things I Hate About You. It's also my top 5. Best rom-com ever. I love Heath Ledger. I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's just a good movie.
It's a good movie. Do you know what Shakespeare?
Taming the Shrew.
Okay.
They mention it in the movie. The first time I watched it, I was like, why is there so much Shakespeare? It took me like my third watch to finally connect that, it's because it's based off of that one.
It's one of those things I remember watching the movie and I thought that was the thing, was just like, oh, yeah, you should be going back to the classics and see if you can actually like remake something.
Also, Taming of the Shrew, really funny. I was at a like theater festival that I had to go to for school, and one of like the nominated things, like there was a whole thing like you go into separate rooms and get judged for your acts.
Yeah.
And then like the best ranking ones get to perform in front of everybody who goes.
Oh, nice.
And there were people from our school who did like it was like these two people, and they did a scene from Taming of the Shrew. Very funny. I didn't know it would be that funny, but the new movie I watched that was actually good. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh my God!
I've never seen it before.
Oh my God! I've been wanting to rewatch that movie. Amazing. So, what did you think? What was your favorite part?
Funny. My favorite part was obviously the rabbit, because of course it was the rabbit. I liked a lot of it. It's hard not to like, because it's like I could list all of my favorite bits, but it is just a movie of bits.
It is. It's a skit movie.
But it was very funny.
Oh God, yes. It's kind of weird because you think of that. I mean, their show was so pivotal as far as like we think of things today that the uncomfortable, awkward. Weird, kind of nonsensical.
The guy, I always forget his name, chair company guy. It's his whole
Tim Robinson.
thing.
Tim Robinson. Yeah. But then there's a sort of like, there's also the idea of like playing something that's normal into a state of absurdity. That I feel like Key and Peele would do well. You know what I mean? Like,
it is so Key and Peele.
That they were
Speaking
just like,
of Key and Peele, we never covered the Giants hump celebration. Did you ever see that?
Oh.
Which, by the way, the Mets
call.
did. The Mets did at one point. They did it one time. They did a little hump.
So what happened? So basically, this is what I heard, that the Giants did it a couple times, and they were like, "No more, you can't do that." One time.
One time, and it's because they went a little too wild with it.
a little too slap ass with it.
They did 3 pumps. Do you know that sketch?
No.
It's the football celebration one where you're allowed to do 3. You're allowed to do 2, but the moment you get to the 3rd, it's like a foul.
I do remember that.
They did more than 2, and then what's really funny? They got a letter from the MLB saying they couldn't do it anymore, and then when they did it again, it was only 2. It was only allowed because they did 2. But the Mets also did like a little tame. It's all been tame since like the first time, but they did a little one tame.
So
Again,
no humps in baseball?
yeah, this is also another situation where it's like the Dodgers are clearly the MLB's favorite team. And I know it's crazy to say that, and I know that sometimes you can say that, and sometimes it's for the benefit. Like, I think the Shohei rule is only because the Dodgers are MLB's favorite team, because they bring in so much money. It's like, it makes sense why they're the favorite team, and the Shohei rule is only because they're the favorite team, but it also makes sense, because it's the rule where Shohei only counts as one spot on the roster.
Oh, see, I said they made it up for him. Yeah,
and it's like, that's like a rule, but it's also like, I agree. I think that should be a rule, but the rule only exists because they're the favorite. Like, I think for sure that should be a rule. He should only take up one roster spot, but that's like a whole thing. But the Dodgers have been doing the craziest celebrations ever for the longest time.
Kike alone.
Kike alone is kind of wacky. I love Kike, but there's like a clip of Mookie, and he's doing like a wild. It's like they never got anything for it. But then the Giants want to do like just 3 measly humps. It's over.
But weren't the humps together?
Well, I'm gonna show you this. It's. He just hit a home run. We're really gonna give the Giants flack, but it's fine. They're doing it again, a little bit. Just side tangent. I love that that's a thing.
I think we will end this week's episode on 3 humps and a splash to the face. A little Mookie Betts splash. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Let's keep winning. Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. There's always next year.
That's always this year.